Hey there guys, I'm Carson from Kizo Brothers bringing you a product review, and today we have something really exciting. It is the new play PX4. Now, this is a long-awaited sequel to the PX3, which most people are a fan of. It's a very popular juggling club for passing, for numbers, that type of thing. Now this is the PX4, it's the next generation of club. So let's talk a little bit about the differences between the PX3 and the PX4. The PX4 has a new fiberglass core instead of the old plastic core of the previous PX3. What this means is the handle feels a lot different. There's no wrapped handle anymore. That wrap on the handle, it still looks like it's there, but what it actually is one piece of plastic. And the difference here is pretty noticeable. It feels much more solid and harder, but not as hard as like a wooden dowel club like a Dubé would feel. And not as springy as the old PX3, which makes the whole club feel a little bit more solid, a little bit more like one unit, which was a complaint that a lot of people had for the PX3, was that it felt very flimsy and floppy. The PX4 does absolutely not feel that way. If you look at the bottom, there's a flat knob. It might be hard to see. This PX4 has a flat knob on the bottom, and the interesting thing in here is that you can balance it very easily on any surface. That's not the only advantage. It's very good for chin rolls as well. Back crosses, there's a lot of things that the new flat knob is good for. Now this club's 215 grams. The old PX3 was 225 grams, the lighter version was 205 grams, so this at 215 grams is right in the middle. Feels about the same though. I have to say, this new club has no tape on it, which is a big deal. So this little thing in the middle is actually not tape. It's just a piece of plastic to cover the seam. And also there's no tape on the bumper up top, which is a big thing because the tape on the old PX3 was the thing that got destroyed. The tape looked terrible after like a week, especially if you were outside, ever got the clubs wet, and anything like that, the tape would get destroyed. This, there's no tape, it will never get destroyed. So that's going to make it a lot better for durability. It means resistant to wear and tear. It's a really nice thing to have in a club. There's also new bumper material. The other one felt rubbery. This feels a little bit more like a hard plastic or maybe a really hard rubber. Doesn't feel fragile at all, and again, there's no tape on it, which is really nice. So overall, my thoughts on the PX4. These are great clubs, especially for training purposes. If you just want to practice and you want a really great club that'll make it possible for you to do every trick, the PX4 is the way to go. The only thing that kind of bothers me about these clubs is they're noisy, and they're noisy in a plasticky, cheap kind of way. They have some resonant sounds that, especially if you're doing back cross, you can hear dung, 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 that type of thing. They sound like plastic when you're throwing and catching them. And so they don't really have the premium feel that something like a Dubé that I brought up earlier, or what I use, PX3 Renegade Hybrid. It doesn't have that premium stage performance feel. So I'd say if you're looking for training, YouTube videos, outdoor juggling, passing, these are amazing clubs. If you want to bring these onto a stage or like more serious circus performance, I don't really recommend these clubs for that. If you like Delphins from Henry's, these are very similar. They're like a much better version of Delphins in my opinion. They have that solid plasticky feel, but they're just really great, solid, all-around clubs. I'm going to have to give these a 4.5 out of 5. Again, I like almost everything about them. It's just a plasticky feel that I'm not a big fan of, but if you like PX3s, you're going to like these even better. They're very solid, very great clubs. Thank you so much for watching. We got a lot more coming on this channel from Kizo Brothers. Feel free to like and subscribe down below. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Carson.